Om Shuklambaradharam Vishnum Shashivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannavadanam Dhyayet Sarvavighnopashantaye Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini Vidyarambham Karishyami Siddhirbhavtu me Sada Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः दयानन्दरूपं मदाचार्यमीडे So what did we see in the last class? We saw that the purpose of meditation, the purpose of dhyanam was told in the previous class. That's what we saw. What was that? Tatra ekagram manah kritva yata chittendriyah upavishyasane yujyat yoga atma vishuddhaye. So atma vishuddhaye, for the purpose of antakarana shuddhi. We saw this in detail. Now, after talking about the purpose of prayer and also about the asanam and the place, everything. Now Krishna is telling us how we should sit, the posture in which we should sit. Asanam and all is perfect, okay, fine, I chose a nice place. Asanam is very comfortable and all that. Now how do I sit on that asana? How do I keep my body? The posture in which I should sit. Samam kaya shirogrivam dharayan achalam sthiraha samprekshya nasikagram svam dishascha anavalokayan. Okay? Samam means straight. Samam kaya, body, shiraha, head, griva, neck. Samam kaya shiro grivam achalam, without moving. Dharayan, holding your body like this in this position. Sthiraha, and also be firm when you sit. Sitting firmly. Swam nasikagram samprekshya. Samprekshya, looking at. Swam, your own. Okay, your own. Tip of the nose. Dishasya anavalokayan, and not looking here and there in different directions. Bhagavan will explain. This is how one should sit on the asana. So you hold the body, head and neck in straight line. Means you don't, your neck should not come down like this, nor it should go like this. The head should be straight. So if your head is straight and your neck is straight, naturally your spine also will be straight, right? So if your neck comes down, then slowly the body also will bend forward. So if you keep your neck straight, the head also will be straight. And the body also will be straight, erect. So now I am sitting erect, okay? My body is not bending, head is not bending. But still you may keep moving like this. Or like this. Or generally any movement. You may be swaying. There may be some movement in the body. So Krishna says Achalam. Chala means movement. Chanchalam is all right. Chalam means movement. Achalam means residence. That's why Arunachala we say, right? The mountain is Arunachala. Achala means mountain also. Because it doesn't move. It's firm. It's steady. Achalam. Arunachala. Arunachaleshwara. Bhagwan is one who doesn't move away from his whatever he is. He doesn't change, you know. Sthiraha. Achala, meaning the body is kept still. You don't keep moving. And also you should be sitting firm on the seat. See, this goes together, okay? Sitting firm and body being not swaying your body, they go together. Which means sitting sthira in the sense sometimes you need to keep adjusting the body, right? You keep shifting your legs, changing your legs, all this happens. So sthira in the sense when you are going to sit in a position for a length of time, then you should make sure that you sit in a comfortable position. The position, my comfortable position is lying down. No. Because the asanam Bhagwan did not say you should have a Chaila Jiva Kushottaram, it's not a bed, okay? He was only talking about a seat, a small asana. So this, when you sit on the seat, make sure that you sit in a asana which is comfortable for you. Not Shavasana, definitely. Not Viparita Karani asana also. You don't stand upside down also. It is sitting only, always Padmasana. So Padmasana may be it's cross leg or putting one leg on the left thigh, other leg on the right thigh, anything. Bhagwan doesn't mention about the asana. That asana he says, the seat. But your posture, how you keep your legs is up to you. You should sit comfortably. You should be able to sit for some time without changing your legs and moving your body. That's what he means. So there is stillness and also firmness in the way you sit. Now after telling you how you should sit, he also tells you how about your eyes, the gaze, where you should look at. So when your neck is straight, definitely you look straight only, right? Unless you turn your eyes everywhere. Or you turn if the neck is straight means you can't keep looking up left and right also. But you can keep your neck straight and turn straight also. So Bhagavan is being specific here. So how to keep your gaze? Samprekshya nasikagra. Swayam nasikagra. Okay. So you should look at the tip of your nose. Your own nose. That's why Swayam. You should not say I am looking at somebody else's nose tip. No. Because ekaki you are going to do meditation. You cannot have a company. So you won't have anybody else to look at anybody's nose. Or even if you're taking a pet dog and all that, nowadays people do yoga with dogs and goats and all that, right? You must have seen all these wonderful videos on YouTube or Facebook. So you have to gaze at the tip of your nose. So now, what does this mean? Many people take it literally, very literally. So your nose is here means you have to keep your eyes crossed. Without keeping your eyes crossed, you cannot focus on the tip of your nose, right? So how long can you keep your eyes crossed? It will definitely hurt. Even with practice, it will hurt a lot. And but it's not what Krishna meant also. Or somebody will say here in the middle of the eyebrow. So you have to focus on the middle of the eyebrow. Like this. Somebody will be like this. Somebody will be like this. You must have seen all this. People sitting in different postures with eyes in different gazing at different points. See here, Bhagavan is saying, suppose you you close your eyes. Okay, suppose you close your eyes, or even if you open your eyes, it is as though you are focusing at the tip of the nose. Okay, as it is only to say that you should not look up or down or left or right for that person, because if you say look straight, then you're going to keep your eyes like this. So whichever way Bhagavan says, somebody is going to take it literally and do some nonsense. So the maximum Bhagavan could do is, he said, as though you're gazing at the tip of your nose. Which means most of the time you must have seen that photos of sadhus and Mahatmas, they'll be sitting like this. Like, eyes will not be fully closed also. Slightly open. And then you can see the eyeballs stuck up. You won't be able to see the eyeballs. Sometimes you may see the eyeballs, but still it is as though they're engrossed in something, right? And you also want to sit like that when you look at this photos. Wow, it's very nice to see. So the eyes need not necessarily be closed, but even if you want to close the eyes, then you're as though gazing at the tip of. See, this helps you to keep your eyes also in a certain position. So generally, what happens when you have too many thoughts, your eyes also keeps moving, ding 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 inside. Even otherwise, they say even in sleep, when you're dreaming and all that, your eyes keep moving, even if the eyes closed. So we won't get too much into all those analysis. It is only to just avoid distraction, that to be focused on. Keep your eyes in a particular position. That's all. See, because if you say that you should you should have your gaze fixed on the tip of the nose, then you're always worried about your gaze moving away from the tip of the nose. So what happens? The object of meditation becomes the tip of the nose instead of Ishvara. Okay? So you're only meditating on the tip of your nose, nothing else. What did you do? I was focusing on the tip of the nose. That's all will happen. So it should not be taken literally. So Atma Vishuddhi will not happen if you are going to focus on the tip of your nose. And Dishaha Anavalokayan. Dishaha means not looking in any particular direction. Um, you don't have to turn your neck this way or that way, or up and down. Even though Krishna has already said this, um, because when you keep your head and neck and body straight, this is not going to happen. You won't look. But still, one may ask why I should not look left or right. Why Bhagwan is saying we should look straight forward and sit straight. No, if you want, you can turn left, keep your neck left or right. Okay, but you should not complain about neck pain. How long will you keep on looking at this, sitting like this? And it also doesn't help with the flow of your breath, right? When you keep on keeping your neck left or right. When are you able to really breathe in a very smooth and rhythmic way? Only when you are sitting straight. So when you turn, the breathing is not that easy. It's not that smooth. So you look forward. Avoid any discomfort while doing. So I already told you about the place of meditation, the object of meditation. Okay, what is the object of meditation? Is Bhagwan. Bhagwan is the object on which you are going to focus upon. Okay. Now, why do I do this meditation? What is the phalam that I am expecting from this meditation? When I do meditate. So Prashantatma Vigatabihi Brahmachari Brate Stitaha Manasayamya Machittaha Yukta asita matparaha. So, what should be the nature of the one who is going to meditate? Okay, if I am going to sit in meditation, what should be the nature of the meditator? So, Bhagavan is going to explain that here. So, throughout Bhagavad Gita, the emphasis is only on the meditator, the person. Okay, how the person should be, what sort of attitude he should have. All these things are only discussed in Bhagavad Gita. So, who is it that meditates? Makes a big difference. Whether the meditation is going to be as you expected, successful, or it's not going to be as you expected. You may think I'm not very successful, I'm not able to do meditation. So this verse talks about the meditator. It says Prashantatma, one for whom, again Atma here means mind, okay? But one for whom the mind, the Antakarna, has gained some Shanta, okay? There has to be some leisure in the mind. You have to be calm, a calm mind. You have gained a calm mind. Later on, Bhagavan will tell you how to gain a Shanti as a result of meditation. See, here he is saying the person who is doing the meditation is the mumukshu. All of you are mumukshus. If you are studying Shastram, then your interest is only in moksha. So you are a mumukshu. Mumukshu means the one who has interest in moksha, muktu micha, to be free from samsara. So that is why you are sitting in all these classes, whatever classes are available for you and you are interested. You are sitting in those classes because you are a mumukshu. Definitely you are a mumukshu, otherwise you will be doing so many things. You have so many opportunities, so many options, do whatever you want. But you are not doing all those things, which means you have chosen Ishvara, you have chosen moksha as your goal. You have some good samskara, you have some lot of punya. So your interest is in these things. See, you being a mumukshu, you are a mumukshu. The shanti which Bhagavan is talking about is gained by living a life of karma yoga. Karma yoga. So karma yoga means what? Iti Bhagavan has spoken in second chapter. So by leading a life of karma yoga, what do? You take care of all your raga dveshas. So these raga dveshas are no more pressurizing you. You have a shanta mind, a tranquil mind. And karma yoga, of course, definitely means you accept Ishvara as karma paladhata. Definitely, that also we saw. Ishvara is the karma paladhata. In the last class, I also told you that anything that has happened, even though it hurts you, it pains you, and all that, fine. But you should not go on licking the wound. At some point, we need to understand that Ishvara is the karma paladhata, and I gracefully accept whatever has happened and I let go of it and I move forward. Next, what next? So that is how one's life. If you do that, if you are able to do that, that is where your free will comes. So what is free will? Free will is not just choosing red color or blue color or get up at 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock. No, that's not. They are simple choices. Free will is where you make such decisions to either to be a victim or to just move forward. I think I already told you how nice it is to be a victim. Being a victim gives you a lot of pleasure. So one has to be alert. It's always nice to blame somebody and see yourself, self-pity. People spend a lot of life time in self-pity. I'm this happened to me, and so how much I struggled, how much I went through. Everybody went through a lot of things. Everybody has gone through a lot of things. We just don't know that. So everybody is unique, everybody is special. So you are also special. You had special pain, special everything, special pleasures, special joy. Everything is special. Whatever you go through is special for you, unique for you. Whatever others go through also is unique for them. So accepting Ishvara as the karma paladata, that is inner maturity. That acceptance, that itself gives you a lot of peace. If you keep questioning Bhagavan, you will not have peace. Because you are never going to get an answer. For these things, there is no answer. Accept Ishvara as the karma paladata and keep moving forward. So one who accepts Ishvara and surrenders to Ishvara, he leads a life of karma yoga. What is karma yoga? We'll see. He leads a life of karma yoga. So by leading a life of karma yoga, you deal with all your ragadveshas. Once you have dealt with all your, taken care of all your ragadveshas, then you have a peaceful mind. So such a person is free from fear. Vigata bihi. There is another word. Vigata bihi. Bihi means fear. Vigata means absence of fear. Freedom from fear. Free from fear. So vigata bihi. Once you have accepted Ishvara and you have surrendered to Ishvara, there is no fear. What is that fear? Yoga Kshema Mahamyam, Bhagavan says later. So what is this fear a person may have? There are different types of fear, right? For example, uh, then generally, what is the fear? Fear of future, right? Fear of losing someone, fear of something not going the way you planned. So these type of fears are there. Fear of unknown. You want to have everything in control because if things are not in your control and if anything that unexpected happens, you don't know how to handle it. See, you want to control everything. So when out of fear, when you try to control everything, that person is never going to be peaceful, right? Can you really be peaceful trying to control? Because anything that is controlled will go out of control. You can be prepared, but you can't control it. It's impossible. So such person who wants to know everything, be ready for it. Okay, to some extent you can be ready for it. But if you are not able to be, some people I have to be ready for this. I want to be prepared. I want to be prepared for it. That itself, because when it happens, you want to be ready. So when it happens, I'll be ready. Now I know this is going to happen, so I can cry peacefully. All this is not going to happen. How much ever prepared you may be, there are a lot of surprises in life, shocks. Okay, so anything that comes, hey Bhagwan, give me the buddhi to accept it gracefully, and give me the shakti to go through it peacefully with wisdom. That should be the prayer. Whatever happens, of course, in the beginning, I say anybody will have. Your response will be there, right? As shock or sadness, whatever will be there. Nobody is denying all that. In spite of it, you keep moving. You move with the pain. You move with start with. You're not stuck with pain. To a certain level, you keep moving with pain, but still you continue to move. You see in the army movies, in the movies, when the army men they get wounded, but they don't get stuck in the same place. They keep moving. You won't sit in one place. If you sit in one place, then you are finished. You have to keep moving. They'll keep moving. So even with pain, they'll keep moving. You know. But after that, then help comes and everything is fine. Similarly, you also should keep moving. Then help comes. How? Ishwara Anugraha. You have to tap that help. You have to pray and gain grace. That is why that is the purpose of prayer, right? What is the purpose of prayer? To have Ishwara Anugraha, Adrishta, Punya, Bhagavan's grace. So this fear of future, fear of anxiety also is fear. So the one who is always having some anxiety cannot sit and meditate. A person who has no a certain amount of peace in mind, it's impossible for you to sit and meditate. Of course, Bhagavan has said Abhyasa Enatu Kaunteya. What is that Abhyasa? Abhyasa doesn't mean that even every time the fear comes, you keep on pulling your mind. That itself becomes too tiring, right? Even though meditation means when the mind moves away, you bring it back, correct? But every time the mind moves away to something you are afraid of, some anxiety, then you will give up meditation, right? To start with, it is fine, but that cannot be the whole purpose of meditation. The purpose of meditation cannot become bringing the mind back from wherever it goes. The purpose of meditation is to hold your mind on the particular object on which you want to focus upon. So, abhyasa is not bringing the mind again and again. Abhyasa is focusing the mind on the object which you have chosen to meditate upon. See, if the mind is going, you are in the beginning gentle, which means we saw this. Any klesha, any kashaya, you need to take care of. So the more you take care of all those kashayas, the lesser the mind moves. Okay? So the more you are able to focus on whatever you want to focus upon. But if you have fear, if you have too much of anxiety, then you won't be able to do dhanam. And Swamiji also says there is another type of fear. So in meditation, you quieten, the mind becomes really quiet, especially if it is a guided meditation. You feel completely relaxed and there is an absolute quietness for some time. So at that time also some people become afraid. So that fear also happens to some people at the time of meditation. So that is the fear Bhagavan, Swamiji mentions. Bhagavan doesn't say that. And this moving away from the body fear, some people have this. What if I go out of the body? What if I get into samadhi and I don't come back? What will happen to my family? Oh my God, my children, my husband, my wife, what will happen to them? So this fear also. You may say no, Inge, I can't even sit for 2 minutes. What samadhi you are talking about? No, there are some people. Let us say they are able to sit. There are some people who sit for 2-3 hours. Touch and see. Are you there? Knock knock. Some people are able to sit for 2-3 hours and stretch without moving. You won't even move. You can sit. It's very nice, right? What ekagrata must be there, and how the body is without too much of chesta movement. They're able to hold your body. So much nigraha is there. I won't say they are great spiritual people, but even to be able to focus on particular object, whether the object of meditation is Ishvara or not, but just to be able to sit like that itself is a big accomplishment. So what if I don't come out of meditation, all these fears some people may have after reading too many books, unnecessary books. Everybody has a curiosity to know what happens in meditation, what will happen after meditation. So if you read the wrong books, then you will add more fear. That's all. So the fear of future is the main thing, and the fear of death, as I said, may be there for some people. Then he talks about Vigata Bihi, then Brahmachari Brite Sthitaha. The meditator should be Vigata Bihi and also Brahmachari Brite Sthitaha. What is this Brahmachari Brite Sthitaha? I am talking to all the Grihasthas and I am saying, Bhagavan is saying, Brahmachari Brite Sthitaha. You can't be married and be a Brahmachari, right? So, what does Brahmachari Vrita mean here? Commitment to Brahman. The Brahmachari has another meaning. Brahmani. One whose mind is fixed on knowing the self is Brahmachari. Even a Brahmana has another meaning. The one whose mind is fixed on Brahman. Brahmana Santu Nirbhayaha. The one who is pursuing Brahman, the one who is studying the Shastra, Nirbhaya. May he not have any fear of being assaulted. Like nowadays we have the people pulling down temples, destroying so many other things that represent our culture. All those are happening, right? Killing the sadhus, murdering actually, all those things are happening. So this things, it is the duty of the king to provide a conducive atmosphere. We see in Ramayana where where Vishwamitra goes to Dasharatha and requests Rama and Lakshmana to be sent to the forest to kill the Rakshasa. So this is the duty of the Kshatriya to protect such people, the Rishis, Munis, everybody. Especially people who are, they are very important. Those people are very important to guide us, right? Without them, the society will be like what it is today. Without Rishis and Munis, the society will be what we are today. We don't even have a proper guidance, right? How helpless we feel at times. In spite of all this teaching, everything is available, but Lokya Vyavahara and all that, there's no one to give us a proper direction. We have lost so much. Anyway, so Brahmachari Vritestikaha means the one who is committed to the study of Shastra. Living the life of a Brahmachari means the one who is with his Guru and does Shishrusha to the Guru. A Brahmachari, how does a Brahmachari live? He doesn't worry about tomorrow, he's not worried about money and all. He's focused only on studies. And he's happy with whatever is available. He goes for Bhiksha. Whatever is available for that day, that is cooked and eaten. He doesn't give importance to taste. Taste, yeah, of course, tasty food only, but not for varieties. He doesn't eat for the tongue, he eats for hunger. And whatever he eats for hunger, he cooks well and eats. That is, of course, there. So, when you are pursuing Ishvara, when the object of meditation is Ishvara, and the object of life is moksha, then you cannot have too many distractions. Bahushaka, Yanantasha, later on Bhagavan says, people have too many shakas, too many priorities. Too many things are your priorities means you won't be able to focus. Then Ishvara cannot be one of the priorities, right? You cannot. I have so many priorities, and I add Ishvara also in that. No, I also moksha also in that. No, that will not work. It cannot be also. It can be the only. So such a person, Brahmachari Vritestitaha, which means you need to have Indriya Nigraha, not too many distractions, focus on whatever you want, even in your daily life. So Bhikshanna, one who takes Bhikshanna alone. I'm not saying that all of us should go and ask for Bhiksha. Whatever you have today, whatever is available in the market, you just choose. Don't spend too much time in selecting what you want to eat today and all that. Just buy whatever is healthy, buy, cook, eat. Don't don't spend too much time even for that. That's what Bhagavan is saying. So vigata bihi brahmachari vritte sthitaha. So a brahmachari is one also who does a lot of shravanam and mananam like all of you are doing. Continuous listening to Shastra. So what you are doing is also brahmachari vritam. All of you are like that. Then you have to withdraw your senses from uh, your mind and your interest from too many things. So when you have too many things to think about, too many engagements, then your mind is not going to be able to focus on one thing, right? Just like any other activity. Suppose your focus is on education, we say at this age you should focus only on education. Don't get distracted. Don't get distracted by movies and music and all that. We keep telling children, right? You have to be focused. You have to be focused. It's not that they should not watch movies or they should not listen to music. Just like how you teach your children, same for you also. Nothing special. Everything is moderate, right? You do allow them to watch movies, you do allow them to go with friends, go out with friends, you do allow them to have variety of foods now and then, but then everything has to be moderate. See, when you have too many things to do, then your mind is not going to be peaceful. So you have to withdraw from various forms of manaha sanyama. So your mind should not keep going after too many things. Then you won't be able to focus. So the object of meditation now, you should not look there, you should not look back like this, you should sit like this, you should not think of too many things, all that has told. Okay, now what should I think? What should I think about now? You told me what all should not be done. Now tell me what I should do. So he says, Machitta yuktaha asita. Machitto yukta asita. So you place your mind on me. Thinking of me, matta, me, machittaha. So the dhyaya, the meditator, should fix his mind on me, Parameshwara, Krishna. Ishvara. Krishna is talking about himself as Ishvara, Srishtikarta, Srishti Sthiti Layakarta. Me, Parameshwari, on me, who is Parameshwara, may your mind be fixed. Mai Parameshware, Chittaha Yasya Saha. So Jagat Karanam Ishvara. We saw, remember, Dhyanam is Saguna Brahma Vishaya Manasa Vyapara. Okay, so Ishvara is with Guna, Saguna, with all those gunas, the qualities Bhagavan has. Glorious, great qualities. With those gunas. So may you fix your mind on me. So when he says me, he is using the first person, right? Me, in the sense of I. He is not talking about Krishna as the son of so and so. I have said this before already. He is talking about himself as Parameshwara. So like this, Parameshwara is the object of Dhyana. Ishvara is the object of Dhyana. So you focus on any guna of Ishvara. When you do meditation, any virtue of Parameshwara you can take. Karunyam, whatever. Or Ananda, always Ananda Swarupa. Ananda Swarupa. Anything. We have the lives of Alvars and Nayanmars. So if you read those books, then you will know how to be a devotee also, how to do devotion, how to love Ishvara, how to adore Ishvara, how to focus on Ishvara. All those things We have to keep reading their lives. Bhagavatam, Devi Bhagavatam, all that. So reading the lives of Mahatmas and devotees, their life becomes everyone becomes a role model for you. How did this person express his devotion? So devotion can be expressed like this. This is how I should have Shraddha in Ishvara. So it helps you to strengthen your devotion, strengthen your Shraddha. So every day make it a habit. It's not just enough to keep on listening to pravachans. You should also do this. Ramayana, Mahabharata, not as an entertainment but with devotion in mind. When you read of Draupadi, the devotion of Draupadi. If you read about Pandavas, the devotion of Pandavas. So it helps you to strengthen your devotion. So now you have Ishvara as the object of meditation. Then mat chittaha, and he also said mat paraha also. There is another word Bhagavan uses. So you fix your mind on me for what? Huh? So I can fix my mind on Ishvara and say, hey Bhagavan, I want a house, I want family, I want to get married, I want a good job, I want a promotion. Nothing wrong in all this. Bhagavan is saying, not saying all these are wrong. Saying you worship Bhagavan for Bhagavan's sake. See, if you ask Bhagavan, then it is like asking everything is given, right? You don't ask one by one. Hey Bhagavan, you are the only one that I want. And all your ananda is only in that. So you don't have to choose many things in order to be ananda. So that is what Bhagavan is saying. Mat paraha. What you expect from this meditation? Even though Bhagavan has already said Antakarna Shuddhi, but now he is specifically saying for Atma Jnana, for me, you want to gain me. So you do this Dhyanam in order to gain me. Mat para is being more specific here. So people may meditate for many reasons, right? So generally, meditation is generally seen as a technique to for good health, for good sleep. There's nothing wrong in all that. But here, the context is not that. Meditation is not presented as a technique here. Meditation is presented as a meditative life where you bring in Ishvara into your life. So when I have Ishvara himself, what else do I want? Anything that I get after that is only a addition, that's all. It doesn't, it's extra gifts that you get. That's all. But what you need, you have already got it. So my focus is only Ishvara. I want only Bhagavan. Whatever happens, hey Bhagavan, may my mind always have love for you, devotion for you. May I have that. So that is should be the prayer. Whatever happens, may I not move away from this. So that person's mind will stay with that object of meditation, which is Ishvara, Parameshwara. Because that is what you need to gain. So what do you want? Hey Bhagavan, what else do I want when I have you? We have seen all these dialogues, right, in the Puranas and Itihasas. And many dialogues are there where the devotee, once they have darshan of Bhagavan, once they have that, they do not want anything else. They enjoy everything, that's all. It's okay. I have everything I want. Okay, you have given me. Oh, I will enjoy that also. They don't say, oh, I have Ishvara, I don't want all those things. No, you won't hate anything. Only a fool will say, only one who has not really understood what it is will reject other things. They won't reject. In fact, they'll start enjoying life more. Because the whole world is seen as a luxurious place given by Ishvara to me to enjoy. So the one for whom what is to be accomplished is Paramatma, he is called Matparaha. See, Bhagavan alone is the end for this person who is doing the meditation. So the mind is lost in Ishvara, Matchittaha. And the mind is Matparaha. There is nothing else he wants to achieve. So after describing the object of meditation and the goal to be achieved by meditation, Bhagavan gives certain regulations to follow for a meditator. Natyashnastastu yogosti nachaikantam manashnataha nachati swapnashilasya jagrato naiva charjuna. Natyashnatastu yogosti nachaikantam manashnataha. Hey Arjuna, na asti nasti yogaha nasti, meditation is not for atyashnataha. Atyashnataha tu yogaha na asti. For the one who eats too much. Okay? And then na ekantam manashnataha. For the one who keeps eating too much. I mean, one who doesn't eat enough, doesn't eat adequately. For that person also, meditation is not for him. Atiswapnashila, the one who sleeps too much for him. And Jagrata, the one who is always awake. For such a person, for him meditation is not fit for meditation, Bhagavan says. What is this? This is actually a discipline. It's a discipline with reference to how much you should eat, how much you should sleep, what all you should do, how much activity you should be engaged in, how you should do all your karma from morning till evening. So that is what Bhagavan is talking here. How much should you eat and how much should you sleep? Who can tell you? But actually everybody knows how much one should eat and how much one should sleep. Whether you are oversleeping, you know. If you are not sleeping also, you know. If you are eating too much also, you know. Because the stomach tells you, right, enough, but then you keep stuffing it. Even when you are not hungry, just for the sake of taste, you eat. Which means eating too much. And if you keep depriving also, it's not correct. Not eating enough. Because you need to nourish yourself. The body has to be taken care of. What Bhagavan is saying is, body has to be taken care of. If these things are done too much, or if it's not done in a moderate way, okay, let us say, neither too much nor too less. You have to be moderate. Then what happens? It's going to affect your body. And this body is very important. Without the body, you can't even focus on Bhagavan. You need a body, right? You need a healthy body. If the body is not healthy, you can't sit. You can't focus. You're going to have backache. You're going to have knee pain. You're going to have all sorts of problems. You'll be exhausted. You'll be tired. You won't be, if you're not nourished enough, if you don't sleep enough. If you don't sleep enough, what happens? When you don't sleep enough, the person is always in an irritative mood, right? And also sometimes if you don't sleep properly, you're always feeling hungry. And you're not able to focus on anything. If you don't have lack of sleep, it's not good. You have to sleep enough. And if you sleep too much, what happens? Always dull. The person will no discipline in life. So the time you eat food, the time you bathe, everything changes, right? There is no discipline. And it definitely affects your body, and it also affects your mind also. So Bhagavan says, let everything be done in a moderate way. And may your food also, the type of food you eat, eat fresh food. Bhagwan didn't say all that, but it has to be added. So don't eat too much. Whatever you eat healthy food, good food, freshly cooked food, and because the type of food you eat also affects your mind. If you keep eat something and then you feel sleepy, sometimes pongal. You can't eat pongal and sit for meditation. You can eat pongal and go to sleep, but you can't sit for meditation. So pongal is khichdi, okay? The type of food. So the type of food you eat should keep you fresh and active and alert. That is the type of food you should eat. For a mumukshu, we are talking about a mumukshu. We are not talking about other people, okay? So you don't be a bhogi. Bhogi means always enjoying something. Too much bhoga leads to roga. The bhogi and the rogi it's never fit for anything actually. Cannot focus on anything. So bhoga itself is a life of meditation. I meditate on all the bhogas. Then if you have roga also, all your attention goes only on dealing with the roga. So arogyam is a great big blessing. So in the temple also when we do sankalpa, when you all give your names for puja, definitely arogyam is very important in the sankalpa. Arogata. Then only dirghai. Healthy body and a long life. So make sure that you eat proper food, enough food, and even your sleep quality has to be good. If you're not getting sleep, then something is bothering you. You have to take care of that. Take care of your mind and you will go to sleep. How much to eat, how much to sleep, you deal with all that. Okay? And also even this um, okay, Bhagavan will say about that in the next verse. Yukta ahara viharasya yukta cheshtasya karmasu yukta swapnavabodhasya yogo bhavati dukkhaha. So yukta ahara vihara, for the one who is moderate in eating, yukta means moderate in eating, and ahara in eating, and other activities, vihara, other activities, where in karmasu, with reference to performing your duties from morning till evening or throughout the day, throughout the week, throughout the month, throughout the year, whole life, whatever. So in all your activities, uh, one who is yukta cheshtaha. Yukta cheshtaha means even in your effort that you are taking to maintain your family or yourself, the effort also should be moderate. You should not stretch too much and you should not be lazy also. Even that has to be very moderate. Your activities also should be very moderate. Yukta swapnava bhoda. The one who is moderate in terms of sleeping hours and waking hours also. Yogaha dukkhaha bhavati. So meditation becomes the destroyer of sorrow for the person who lives a very moderate life. Okay, it's a big thing, no? Just leading a life of discipline removes so much of your sorrow, vyadhi, exhaustion, anxiety, stress. All these things are gone. One follows certain discipline in life. So there has to be a proper sense of a proportion. So don't be, even when Bhagavan says about yukta ahara, then you should not be obsessed with the type of food you eat also. Don't have obsession. You have to take care of your body, doesn't mean you should be obsessed with your exercise. Exercise is very important. You have to take care of your health. Don't be obsessed with it. Don't be obsessed with the size. Don't be obsessed with the form. Exercise or yoga, whatever you do, is only to keep you fit. As long as you're fit, as long as you feel energetic and healthy, and alert and alive, then you are fine. So everything should not stretch too much. So Yukta Cheshta, see this is very interesting. Bhagavan says Yukta Cheshta with reference to all your activities. Do not waste your time, but Swamiji says that. Do not waste your time in indulging in activities which are too exhausting. If something is too exhausting, then you plan it. You have to perform your activity consciously. Do one by one. Don't take too much pressure on yourself. Don't work to an extent where you become tired, exhausted, and you get angry with people around you and with yourself, and blaming people and hurting yourself and blaming. All this happens, right? It is everybody's experience of it. So perform your activity consciously. Do one by one. There's no hurry, but at the same time, don't be too lazy also. Efficiency is very important. You have to be efficient. So don't be too in a too hurry or don't be too lazy also. It should be in a proper order. And also Yukta Cheshta also is very interesting. Not moving your body too much, using your limbs too much. You know? Unnecessary movements in the body should not be there. That's what Bhagavan says. In by Yukta Cheshta. So simply always shaking the leg and doing something and other. So don't waste the moments. Don't move your limbs too much while performing certain activities. Do only how much you need to. If you have to lift your hand this much, only do this much. Don't do over. Take care that even there is a certain type of amount of discipline. Doesn't mean you should not move your limbs, you should not dance and all that. No, you can be free. You can be free, but not too much of movement in your body. Unnecessary movements. That is what Bhagavan says. So it's very interesting. So may you have a sense of proportion in your activity. You can plan your time, you can plan your activities, how much you can do. And even when you do something, when you're doing one particular karma, finish it and then go to the next. There has to be discipline. Sometimes what happens, you start doing something and suddenly you remember something, you leave this and you go there and you forget about this and then from there you go to something else. Then finally no work is done. In Tamil they will say, no, odi odi madaga archi ombal sattiya kariyaki, they will say in Tamil, there is one proverb. Whole day I was doing this, I was doing that. Okay, what was the result? You went around doing so many things, but nothing, there's no result in whatever activities you were doing, involved in. Nothing has changed, except that you felt that you were doing something. So don't, when you do something, even on that, you need to have a focus. Let me finish this, then we'll go to that. I'll complete this. If I'm not able to complete also, you you finish it to an extent where it is not completely, you don't leave it and go to the other one. So that type of discipline also is important. You have to be with the cheshta. Be conscious, be alert. This is called Yukta Cheshta. Then we'll continue. After this, it is okay. One more word is there. So the one who lives like this, for him, then dhyana means to remove all the sorrows. That is what Bhagavan says. Again, remember Gita is the Moksha Shastra. It talks about Atma Jnanam which destroys dukkha. We are completely free from samsara. Why are you talking about samsara now? Let me first practice dhyanam. If you say, yeah, even then, even for that dhyanam, you need to have this type of life when you have and you are able to sit for meditation, even for a length length of time, at least for a half an hour, where your mind is peaceful throughout the day, and you still, and then you are able to sit in meditation. Suppose your mind is restless throughout the day and you want to sit in meditation for some time so that you won't be restless, it's not going to work. You need to have a certain amount of peace. That's what Bhagavan said already. Then only you will be able to sit for dhyana. So this dhyanam by itself, the ability to have a certain composure, a certain peace in your day-to-day life, that itself is a big success. So that itself removes a lot of dukkam for you. Just imagine you are a relaxed person, a peaceful person, one who is objective, one who has surrendered to Ishvara, one who is able to accept things as they are, one who has let go of so many past, whatever is holding you in the past. Then how your life will be, right? Your day-to-day life. You'll be a relaxed person, you'll be a cheerful person, you'll be an alert person. So that itself removes a lot of sorrow. So this type of living is extremely important for us. This dhyana, this manasa karma. This is how we started the class, right? Manasam karma is saguna brahma vishaya manasa vyavahara. So Bhagavan has taught us what dhyanam is, what is the object of dhyanam, how should you sit, what type of asanam you should have, way, what type of place you should choose, what is the object of dhyanam, what is the goal of dhyanam. Everything has Bhagavan explained to us very well. I hope I explained it to you very well also. So with this Manasa Karmam is over. Then we'll continue with what is devotion, what are the types of devotees, who are the types of devotees, all that we'll see. We'll continue in the next class. Okay. Om Swasti Prajabhyah Paripalayantam Nyayena Margena Mahim Mahishaah Gobrahmanebhyah Shubhamastu Nityam Lokas Samstan Sukhino Bhavantu काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं क्षोभरहितः ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ओम शांति 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 हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ओम।